Thank you, HMHS Concert Choir, Mr. Mills. The valedictorian for the class of 2018 is Alec John Kaczynski. I present to you Alec, who will provide the valedictorian address.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to thank the faculty and administrators for organizing everything tonight and making it all possible. My amazing teachers for all their help along the way. All my friends, especially Harry Williams Buzzard IV, who stayed up late last night with me helping me proofread my speech. So if you don't like it, you know who to blame. For all the students in our class who made it fun to come to the school for the past 4 years. My family for always being there for me. The school for being so accommodating during the construction, and all the parents and all the people who make our community so great. So with that being said, I want to tell you all a story about an experience in high school that really resonated with me. So in junior year, I was assigned to do a history project with my friend Jimmy. Now I'm not sure if everyone is aware of this, but Jimmy has a bit of a reputation. A reputation for being a hard worker and a great partner. So I was excited to get started. So a few weeks pass, and I go the night before to look at the Google Doc that we'd been working on. And you can imagine my surprise when I saw that Jimmy had done nothing. So as a result, I worked into the wee hours of the night, researching notable figures of the Roaring Twenties, and I stumbled into first period a few hours later with a barely completed project and a bad attitude. And who walks in the door at that moment but Jimmy? And he comes up to me, and I'm thinking, of all the nerve of this guy, I'm thinking about what I'm going to say to him. I'm so angry about last night. And he puts a bag upon my desk, and I open it, and inside were some Dunkin' Donuts donuts and a refreshing Coca-Cola brand beverage. And at that moment, I realized that I was happier to receive a gift from a friend than I would have been if I had gotten the physician-recommended 8 to 9 hours of sleep that a growing boy like myself desperately needs. So, I'm a firm believer in the idea that you can learn something from any situation. If you make a mistake, you can look back. You could think about how to prevent it from happening again in the future. If you're having an argument, it's an opportunity to see things from someone else's perspective, however wrong they may be. So at first, I thought what Jimmy was trying to teach me is that you can get out of any situation if you buy people Coke and donuts. Trying to apply this to my life, I thought that I could simply buy the audience tonight Coke and donuts instead of writing a speech. But I took the liberty of crunching some numbers. And it turns out with 2,000 of you, 1 of me, and about $4 per person, this cop-out would cost me a whopping $8,000. Do you know what a guy like myself could do with $8,000? For starters, I could buy myself 2,000 Cokes and 2,000 donuts. So this option was off the table. Now, this was a setback, and I was back to the drawing board. I was back to square one, if you will. But I knew that there were a couple of possibilities. A, Jimmy is a kind person, and just felt bad that I ended up doing his share of the work. Or 2, Jimmy was trying to teach me something profound. Now, I realized that the first option is much more likely, but I knew that I owed it both to Jimmy and myself to dig deeper. And after some reflection, this is what I have taken away from my experience. It doesn't take much to change someone's day. And if you decide to make that small effort, that small act of kindness, those people will do the same for others. You can start a chain reaction that will spread and have a positive impact on more people than you can imagine. It doesn't take much effort to make the world a better place. So, say hello to strangers. Make small talk with the person next to you in the elevator. Call your parents from your dorm room next year. And if all else fails, buy someone Coke and donuts. If they're anything like me, they'll remember it for a long time. And Jimmy, if you're out there, wherever you are, if you can hear me right now, thank you.
Thank you, Alec and Jimmy. I would now like to introduce Mrs. Mealy to recognize 2 award recipients.